morning, everybody. Wow, can you tell that's the first time I've spoken today? Hello, and welcome back to another reading vlog. Today is Sunday, March 14th. Clocks went back, sprang forward this morning, so it's like, it says it's 11:30, it's actually 10:30. I hate time changes. Regardless. I just realized that today is the beginning of the Are You Afraid of the Dark themed mini round of the Pop-Culture Readathon hosted by It's Whitney. I will leave her link and the link to the Pop-Culture Readathon Twitter page down below. I love this readathon. It's super fun, celebrating all aspects of pop culture from different time periods and different themes, and it's all super fun. Usually it's a month-long readathon, so this one is actually just a week. It goes from today, March 14th, to next Sunday, March 21st. And I'm super pumped to get a lot of reading done. The last readathon I did was Polarathon in February, and I actually completed it for the first time ever. However, this time around I'm going to be working, so I also have an injured hand, which has been a bit of a hindrance lately. I won't go into detail, but I nearly chopped the tip of my finger off, so, you know, it's also broken, hence the splint, so I'm a bit fumbly lately. I'll go with that. But it's been hard for me to hold up a proper book to read. So I'm going to be relying a bit on audiobooks, at least today. I have 5 books on my TBR. I will leave a graphic. I'll put it right here so you can see the prompts. There are 5 different prompts based on different episode titles from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Classic. So this is my bullet journal spread that I made. I'm actually switching out the prompt for red cover, Empire of Sand, just because I can't find an audiobook of any of these books so from my library. So I'm switching it out to another book that has red on the cover and is an audiobook. But here are the prompts right here. So the first one is The Tale of the Twisted Claw, and the prompt is to read a book with an animal on the cover. From my TBR stack, I'm going to be reading Well Met, played by Jen DeLuca, which is the sequel to Well Met, and there's an animal on the cover. Love it. I'm very excited. Next up is The Tale of the Bookish Babysitter, which is a book you'd like to be a character in. That I chose The Adventure Zone, Here There Be Gerblins, which is right here, which is a nice graphic novel I'm planning on reading today. I'd love to be a character in a D&D themed book. I think that'd be fun. Next up is Tale of the Tiny Red Bicycle, a book with a red cover. Instead of doing Empire of Sand, I am going to be reading City of Ghosts because it's got a bit of red in the title and stuff. I'm swinging it, but the rest of the series is red on the cover, and there's red everywhere, so I'm going with that. This is a middle grade novel that I have the audiobook for, so I'm going to start that like as soon as I finish filming this clip. Next up is Tale of the Long Ago Locket, which is a historical fiction. For that, I'm going to be reading, whoops, I put the wrong book away. I'm going to be reading Now I Rise by Kirsten White, which is the sequel to And I Darken, and it is an Ottoman Empire set historical fantasy. And then finally, The Tale of Station 109.1, which is a social media rec book, which I'm going to be reading Wicked Fox. There it is, by Kat Cho, because I've been recommended this by Kayla like a million times. So anyway, today I'm actually planning on reading 2 of my books. So I want to listen to the audiobook right now of City of Ghosts. I've been doing really well with audiobooks while I play The Sims, because I can do that without much use of my hand. And I listened to it fast enough that I should be able to finish this in like 2.5 hours. And then tonight I'm going to have a bath and read the Adventure Zone graphic novel before I shower and get ready for work in the morning. This way, I'll have the rest of the week. I'll have 2 days to finish each of my other books, which shouldn't take me that long to finish each of them because they're not incredibly long. I'm just giving myself extra time because of my hand, and then my having to work for each day this week. So I work very early in the morning. I work at 4:30 in the morning, so I have most of my afternoon, but I have trouble staying awake once I get home from work, so I'm giving myself lots of leeway. Anyway, with that said and done, I'm going to start listening to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, and I'm going to enjoy myself. I got like 70 pages into this when I first started reading it. I started reading it last year, and then I just put it down and I don't know why, so I'm excited to continue it again. Wish me luck, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hello everybody, I haven't really moved from this spot, but I've just been playing some Sims, and I just finished the audiobook for, sorry it's awkward because my finger, City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really super sweet. I had to like go back and listen to the first couple chapters because I didn't really remember what I had read before, and I really liked it. I don't think I gave you guys a synopsis first. This book follows Cassidy Blake, who is the daughter of two famous ghost hunters slash researchers. One of them, her mother, is really into the storytelling aspect, and her father is a historian. And they get tasked with going to produce and star and create a show about ghost hunting. And it goes all over the world. So this first one takes place in Edinburgh, one of the most haunted places in the world. And it's really interesting because Cassidy has actually had a near-death experience, and out of that experience, once she came back to the real world, she learned that she is able to see ghosts, and she can go in between the world of the living and the dead. And her new best friend is a ghost that saved her life from nearly drowning. His name is Jacob, and he follows around everywhere. The story's super sweet and super interesting. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was really sweet. I have the sequel, Tunnel of Bones? Yes. And then the last one, Bridge of Souls, it either just came out or is about to come out. I'm not quite sure, but it's a completed middle grade trilogy, and I just really enjoyed it. It was super fun, super energetic, and I highly recommend. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Hello everybody. Today is Tuesday, no it's not, oh my god. Today's Monday, March 15th. Beware the Ides of March. I've been seeing it everywhere today. Sorry, I just woke up from a nap, that's why I sound so groggy. I worked today from 4:30 till 12, and then I took a nap from about 1 till 4, so I'm just a little bit tired and just getting ready to make dinner. Wanted to give you guys a quick update on my reading. So last night you would have seen in the clip that I started reading The Adventure Zone Volume 1, Here There Be Gerblins, and I'm about halfway through. I thought I'd finish it last night, but then I forgot the clock sprang forward and I had to go to bed. So far I'm enjoying it, but like not as much as I thought I was going to. I think the problem that I have is I have not consumed any Adventure Zone medium. I haven't listened to the podcast. I haven't done any of that before, and I think it's taking me out of the story a little bit. I don't have that deep connection with the characters yet, and I'm already halfway through, so hopefully that develops a bit more before the end of the volume, and then I can get into it again in the next volume. But so far it's sitting at about a 3.5 out of 5 rating. I'm going to take a bath tonight and finish it then, and then I'm going to move on to the other book I started today, which was Well Played by Jen DeLuca. This is the sequel to Well Met, which is set at a Ren Fair, and I absolutely adored it. I read it earlier this year. Earlier this year or late last year? I think it was late last year. I really enjoyed that one, and I'm really excited about the sequel. Yeah, I'm only like one chapter in, so it's just establishing which characters are being talked about. It's following the same group of people, but just focusing on a different couple. It is an adult romance, and it is going to fulfill the challenge of reading a book with an animal on the cover, because there's a little kitty cat on the cover. But yeah, hopefully I will finish the Adventure Zone today, and then get a good chunk of the way into Well Played. I'm about to make dinner, and then I'm going to sit down and just read for the rest of the night. And yeah, I also need to check my Animal Crossing, because I've gotten right back into that on its year-long anniversary. And yeah, I will update you guys when I have more info. Hello. It's Wednesday, March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. Exciting. I just got back from work and I have a package. So this could either be a present that we got for one of our supervisors at work, or it could be from Kayla, and I'm excited. It's from Kayla. She got me Kitty in the Night by Tansen Muir. Oh my gosh, she's so excited. I'm so happy I could cry. Hello everybody. Today is Saturday, March 20th. It is the first day of spring, which is very exciting. I went to Costco this morning for the first time since I was a teenager, which was exciting. So now I have a full freezer and I feel very satisfied. Like I got a lot done and that was nice. In terms of the read-a-thon, let me grab my other book. I don't remember where I left off, but so far I've read 3 books for the read-a-thon. The book with red cover on it I read was City of Ghosts. I listened to the audiobook and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I listened to Here There Be Gerblins, the first volume of the Adventure Zone, which I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. I kind of wish I had I kind of wish I had more of a background knowledge on the Adventure Zone. I think I would have enjoyed it more. But just in the moment, it may just not have been the right time to be reading it. Not sure, but I did enjoy it. It was fun. And then on Thursday night, I finished Well Played by Jen DeLuca, which is the sequel to Well Met. And it takes place at a Renaissance fair, and it's super sweet and super fun. I love the environment. I love these books. I'm really excited because there's a 3rd one going to come out this year in October. And they're just super fun. I'm really into adult romance right now, and it's caused me to actually change my TBR for the rest of it. Oh, this was 5 out of 5 stars, by the way. For the rest of this read-a-thon, I've decided to change the last 2 books I was going to read, just because I'm really in a different mood right now, and like a particular mood on what I want to read. So for my historical fiction pick, instead of reading Now I Rise by Kirsten White, I'm going to spend tomorrow reading The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which is the retelling of the Trojan War from the point of view of Briseis, who is one of the only women besides Helen that gets a name in the Iliad. And it's supposed to be really deep and pretty intense, but I'm excited to read it. And then right now, I was planning on finishing it today, I'm reading Honey Girl by Morgan Rhodes. I'm about 50 pages in and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's super lyrical, it's super beautiful writing, and it is about a girl named Grace who has just finished her PhD and is kind of unsure about where she wants to go with her life, which is very relevant to me right now. And it follows her as she goes on a celebratory trip to Vegas and accidentally drunkenly gets married to a girl she doesn't even know her name. As she's trying to figure out what's going on with her life, she decides to spend the next summer with this girl, her new wife, to try and do some soul searching. I'm loving it so far. It's super cool. It's leaning towards a 4 or 5 star read right now. Yeah, anyway, I've just been chilling out today since I got home from Costco, to be honest. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock, I think. Not sure. Tonight, Tyler and I are going to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is exciting. And yeah, not a whole lot going on right now. I had kind of a really bad week, so I haven't been vlogging as much, as you can tell. But I've still been reading, so that's nice. Hopefully I can finish these last 2 books in the next 2 days, and we'll have a successful readathon again. So wish me luck, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hello everybody, today is Sunday, March 21st. It is the last day of the mini pop culture readathon, and I finished my last book. This morning I sat down and I read The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker as the historical fiction prompt, and I absolutely adored it. I just sat down, I started it, and I finished it. It was a super quick read. It was depressing as all hell, but I mean, it's a retelling of the Trojan War from the point of view of the ladies, so I mean, it does go well for them. But it was a really great way to give voices to the women that are typically brushed off and just footnotes in the stories of the men of the tale. So I really enjoyed reading from their points of view. It's really interesting reading this, being a huge fan of the Song of Achilles, because it is 2 very different tellings of the Iliad, but both that I really adored for different ways. The only common denominator is that Patroclus deserves better. He's the only shining light in both stories. He needs to be protected at all costs, but regardless. I enjoyed reading from Briseis' point of view. I enjoyed her internal debates that she made in deciding whether or not to try and survive or not, basically, and weighing her options and what little options she did have. It was a really great story. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, that is it. That is the end of my readathon. I'm excited to have finished it. I got a lot of reading done. For a quick little wrap up, I started this week off by listening to the audiobook of City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, of which I gave 4 out of 5 stars, and that fulfilled the prompt of a book with a red cover. Then for a book that I'd like to be a character in, I read the graphic novel The Adventure Zone Volume 1, Here There Be Gerblins, and I gave that a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I fulfilled the prompt of reading a book with an animal on the cover by reading Well Played by Jen DeLuca, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. Then for the prompt of a book that is social media recommended, I read Honey Girl by Morgan Rhodes. I also gave that 5 out of 5 stars. And then finally, for historical fiction, I read The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, and I also gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. In case you couldn't tell, I had a very good reading week. So now I'm going to relax. I'm going to play some video games and enjoy the rest of my Sunday before going back to work in the morning. I hope you guys have a lovely week. If you enjoyed this readathon, or if you've read any of the books that I mentioned, please let me know down in the comments below, and give this video a like if you did enjoy it. And please subscribe if you're new here. I make new bookish videos every week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.